Brazilian soccer legend Pelé died at the age of 82 in Sao Paulo. He had colon cancer, and during the last month, there were several health complications that ended with his life. This way, Pele, also known as soccer's first global icon, leaves a legacy, an example not only how to thrive both on a personal and a professional way, but also an inspiration for millions of people, both young and old, who saw how this Brazilian soccer star started from basically nothing, playing with coconuts bare feet, to decades later become not only the maximum reference of soccer, but one of the biggest and most important athletes of sports in the entire time, in the history of our humanity. He was also known with love as O Rei, the King. And this is a nickname, a title that was not given by chance, that was not given just because. And we have to remember why. Soccer, or football as it's known around the world, was very different during the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and even the 80s. He transformed soccer. He became the live representation of the Jogo Bonito, a phrase that he coined and that he can represent it even after he retired from the field. Of course, we also know that Pelé did a lot for many, many people, including children. He was designated as Ambassador of Goodwill by UNICEF and named Citizen of the World by the United Nations. Titles and roles that he kept performing decades later, almost basically until the end of his life. But of course, it's on the stadiums, on the field, where Pelé's legacy, example, and inspiration became live, became to be known all around the world. There was no one like him, and most likely there's gonna be no one else like him. It's practically impossible for somebody to transcend the way and revolutionize soccer the way that he did. Obviously, when we were in Qatar, we knew that his health was deteriorating, and that's why, knowing that his death was an actual possibility, is that I asked many fans that were there not only to support their teams, to support their countries, but also were there to enjoy the passion, the thrilling game, the anxiety, and of course, the joy that soccer or football gives to all of us, to everybody that not only enjoys this game, but everybody that loves football, everybody that loves sports. I asked them if they could tell me, they could share what Pelé meant for them. What were the first words that came to their minds, and why Pelé was so special. There have been other good players, great players, who have won many titles. Even during this World Cup in 2022, we saw some of those records. We saw some of those big soccer stars achieve even more. But the reality is that there would be no one like Pelé. That's why he's known as O Rei, the King. And this is what fans that I spoke to shared with me.
Yeah, so it's definitely sad to hear about his condition, but it's also great that we have FIFA this year so we can celebrate the sport that he took part in. And I'm sure a lot of Brazilian fans are cheering for him as well, and for him to have a safe and comfortable, hopefully, recovery.
Well, we hope he, somehow gets better one way or another, because this earth is just a passage, right? So we hope that whatever God has for him is in peace.
Único, jogador único.
É um símbolo, né? Que ganhou tudo que ele disputou, no clube que ele jogava, na seleção, um profissional e o melhor do mundo até hoje.
O melhor jogador de todos os tempos.
Edson Arantes do Nascimento has died, but Pelé's legacy will live forever. He is the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the legend, the myth. the maximum reference, and of course, the king. Rest in peace, O Rey Pelé. I'm Astrid Mendez. Until next time.